Hello everybody and welcome along to another edition of The Path to the Pinnacles. And we reached the peak this weekend. A brand new race, the Tab Touch Gold Rush, out there at Ascot. 1,400 metres, Group 3, $1.5 million up for grabs under weight for age conditions. My name is Tim Walker. It's great to have your company. Also great to have the company of Digby Beacham and Taylor Cortland. Hello to you, Diggers.
Good morning, Tim. TC, great to be here. Looking forward to the Tab Touch Gold Rush. This is a race which has been introduced. The Pinnacles have been a resounding success. I think this is a wonderful culmination.
And Taylor Cortland, who has been loving all of the action out there at Ascot over the last 4 days, is with us as well. Hello, TC.
Hello to you, Tim. Some of us in the room are feeling a little bit fresher than others, and I'm sure the viewers can make their own judgments from the vision that they are looking at. But absolutely, Pinnacles, 10 out of 10 to everyone involved. It's been absolutely fantastic.
And can I just say, TC's seen them very well throughout the path of the Pinnacles in finding winners and also turning the winners into money. So I'll be really interested to see what he has to say in regards to this $1.5 million feature, Tim.
Yeah, I think we might have to extend it to next year's Pinnacles to catch him, Diggers. We have had some sort of run. Well, certainly you have. I started okay, but the ball has just been dropped on mine a little bit.
It's okay finding the winners, but it's one thing finding them. It's the other thing turning that into money, and that's what TC has done very well. So congratulations to him.
Well, if you need a little bit of help with tactics, just throw enough darts at the dartboard. You'll be able to hit the bullseye once or twice.
Do we expect Valana to run? That's the first thing I think we need to discuss here. We spoke to Nassim this morning on the Sports Daily from Godolphin. He was bullish that Valana would start, and he holds favouritism, Tim.
Yeah, well, if you're listening to Nassim this morning on Tab Radio, you would expect that he would be running the Tab Touch favourite, Valana. So take Nassim on his word. I think Valana will be there on the weekend, and he is the Tab Touch favourite.
Okay, as we sit here now, he is a $4.20 favourite with Tab Touch, and that might change. And we are going to go through our strategy. Is he going to feature in any of our strategies, yes or no?
Not for me.
Not for me.
No.
Well, let's have a look at the market then. $4.20 Valana, Kiss on All Four Cheeks, $4.80, Kementari, $7.50, Elite Street, $9. The Astrologist is at $14, as is This'll Test Ya. Resort Man, $16, $17 Red Can Man, $19 Carly's Karma. It is $23 and upwards the rest. Kiora Star, the emergency, is already out of this race. TC, let's have a look at the speed map. Very, very important what happens here.
I think there's going to be a little bit of shuffling and there's going to be a few puzzle pieces fall into place early. I think Massimo leads, Diggers. Carly's Karma's an interesting one for me because everything you hear Summer Dixon talking about post-railway, Sean O'Donnell talking, she wasn't really comfortable where she was there in the run. She was surrounded by horses, so whether or not they want to find the breeze so she has a little bit more galloping room is an interesting one. Comfort Me drawn in the middle of the line. He leaves the gates really well. Can he find the breeze? Red Can Man, I think they take the sit. Valana, if he starts, he'll find the back of the leader. I think he has enough pace at 1,400 metres to do that from gate one. And then I think Bo Rosser, Kiss on All Four Cheeks, Kementari, they're all midfield. I think they'll get runs of the race.
He's the wild card for mine, Valana, because I agree with you. If he starts, he box seats, provided nothing goes wrong at the start. If he doesn't, what does that mean with Massimo, Red Can Man, who does spring the gates, always has, always will. He's just that sort of horse. You've got Carly's Karma, as you said, and Comfort Me, who is as quick as anything out of the gates, really, for a horse over 14, 16. He flies the machines.
Well, he's been the talking point over the last 48 hours, Valana. Let's start with him. Now, a couple of weeks ago, Diggers, you were adamant that the winner of the Hunter needed to run a PB to win the Winterbottom Stakes. Are you taking that viewpoint into this weekend's Tab Touch Gold Rush?
Yeah, I am, but the market was all over him, wasn't it, in regards to the Winterbottom Stakes on race morning. He was heavily commissioned, and then we know that he was withdrawn on race morning. Now he gets here, what's that, a month between runs from the Hunter, off a couple of setbacks, not one, a couple of setbacks, like an abscess, if that is indeed the case, and it hasn't burst. As we sit here now, it hasn't burst yet, if it is an abscess. So there is some tenderness around that area on a hoof off the back of a little knock to the leg. If he wins, all power to the horse, all power to Nassim, James and the team, but he'll go around without mine.
That news came out on Tuesday, so you'd think he would have missed a little bit of work, possibly in the lead up to the race, maybe this week. He certainly missed a little bit of work in the lead up to the Winterbottom. Whether or not he's at his absolute top, Just too many question marks for me to be asked to take that price.
Very much in the same boat as you two there. Let's have a look at the mare that finished second in the Winterbottom Stakes. She's an absolute ripper. She's placed in all three of our Group 1s over here in Perth now. It's Kiss on All Four Cheeks. Chris Parnham to ride. Barrier number 7. Oh, it sets up for her to have a career day out at Ascot on Saturday afternoon, I reckon, TC.
Yeah, absolutely. She loves racing at Ascot. She loves racing on a good track. She loves the 1400 metres. She ticks a lot of boxes. Dan Morton's team still going very well. She's going to find a beautiful run in the race from gate 7. She'll find some cover midfield, and if it eventuates the way I think it will with that little bit of early burn in the first furlong or so, she's going to be able to get over the top of them at her absolute best. Gee whiz, she was fantastic in a Winterbottom that was run at a frenetic speed. She found the right part of the race on that occasion. Back of the field running on was ideal, but you'd think with a month between runs from the Empire Rose to the Winterbottom, she still had that little bit of natural improvement to come. She'll be at her absolute top.
She's won 9 races. 5 of them have been at this trip. She revels around Ascot. She revels on fast ground. Dan has a really good handle on her. For me, she's been the one, a month, 6 weeks out, I wanted to be with all the way through, and that run in the Winterbottom only reinforced my standings in regards to her winning prospects.
You talk about the 1400 metres. This bloke loves it. Kementari, he won the scale stakes here. It was a long time between the Randwick Guineas to the 2020 scale stakes. He was able to break the win barrier there on that occasion and get the job done. He's got barrier 11, the services of J Car aboard this weekend. He is a really intriguing runner in the Gold Rush, TC.
Well, you print out the race book and you go through Kementari's form. On the right side of all his form, he's been beaten half a length by Lost and Running. He's been beaten 3 lengths in an Everest behind Giga Kick, and he's been beaten less than 2 lengths behind Private Eye in the Nature Strip. That form is well and truly good enough for the Gold Rush, and similar to Kiss on All Four Cheeks, she's probably drawn a perfect gate for her. He's drawn a perfect gate for him. He'll get galloping room. He'll be 3 wide, blending in at the right time. And I think now, getting later in the carnival, I don't think it's going to be a disadvantage to be closer to the middle of the track.
I agree with that. And the forecast for Saturday is mid-20s with a southwesterly. Well, that screams cover. That screams horses being able to blend in like we saw in a Winterbottom Stakes. So if he's close enough, and we know he's good enough, he'll make his presence felt, absolutely.
And Nassim said as much as well on Tab Radio, of course, when asked about Kementari. Let's look at the other Morton runner. I reckon he's a really fascinating runner in this race, Elite Street. He was brave. He was very good in the Winterbottom Stakes. 1400 metres. Can he beat the stablemate and the 2 Godolphin boys, TC?
My concern with Elite Street is I don't think 1400 metres is his absolute pet trip. Therefore, I think the camp might be a little bit conservative, and he's going to end up a long way off them at 14 and going to be asked to do a lot with about 400 metres to go.
I think his chance to win a big one was the Winterbottom, and he didn't have the best of good luck on that occasion. He was still mighty. To run 6th, given the run that he had to endure, I thought he was really, really good, and it proved that Dan had got him back after that flat first-up effort. 1400 isn't his wheelhouse, though, for mine.
Okay, so they're 4 of the key contenders that we've looked at there. There's so many others outside of that. Very quickly, one word, who's the best of the rest that we haven't touched on, gents?
I'd be staggered if Bo Rosser doesn't run a race at a price. I know, we look at this horse and you looked at his Winterbottom run, you went, yes, but what we've seen in the last week or two is horses who have had a chance to acclimatise here, TC. Coulth jumped out of the ground at his second run in Perth. Ironclad jumped out of the ground at his second run in Perth in a Northerly Stakes. This fellow was good in a Winterbottom. He's had another couple of weeks. I'd be staggered if he doesn't run a race, and he's currently $23 with Tap Touch.
Bo Ross is going to feature in my strategy a little bit later on, and I can also make a case for Red Can Man, who's going to get a beautiful run in the race, 1400 metres, Winterbottom, just absolutely no luck whatsoever. You can rule a line through that. If he's come through it okay and that hasn't flattened him, Red Can Man I can see playing a part as well.
All right, time for some numbers for the inaugural edition of the Tab Touch Gold Rush. Diggers go first.
They're abbreviated numbers because we just don't know what's going on with Valana for mine, Tim. But if he starts, he's in my numbers. But I am working around numbers 14, obviously Kiss on All Four Cheeks. Number 1, Kementari. Valana's in and around there. And Bo Rosser could well... I was umming and ahhing whether to put him in. If Valana doesn't run, he's going to be in my numbers 10, Bo Rosser as well.
1, 14, 10 and 7 for mine. Kementari on top to beat Kiss on all 4 cheeks. 10 by Rosser, as we've mentioned, the biggest outsider in the race, the best outsider. And number 7, Red Care Man's going to enjoy a beautiful run. Valana, whether he does run or not, just too many question marks over the horse's preparation for mine.
All right, give the People's Horse strength as well. I'm in the Kementari boat. All right, he's been our fearless leader when it comes to finding winners and turning it into money. Taylor Cortland, take it away, a $100 strategy.
It's been as easy as taking candy away from babies. But anyway, 1 Kementari, I'll have $40 on. I'll back Kiss on all 4 cheeks with $40 as well, covering the bases. And $20 on Bo Rosser.
He just wants to create work for our graphics team.
He does,
headlined by
yeah.
Christian Morris
Well,
in the
he's
background.
walked in this morning fresh, up and about, looking for work, Christian.
I would argue he's not fresh and he's not looking for work.
Just wanting to create work. Unbelievable. Go on, Biggers.
I'll go 50 Kiss on all 4 cheeks and 50 on Kementari.
Sorry to their connections.
All right. Oh, nice little clip there. Well, wait for this TC. Diggers, I'm going to go out with a bang. $100, Kementari.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to flash home. It'll be Chautauqua-like, and I'm going to give myself every chance of getting past you, TC. Whether it'll be enough to get past you, I don't know, but I'm going to try my best. 100 Kementari. See if we can get some money there. It's been good fun, this, boys.
It's been wonderful. Really good initiative. I thank you. I thank TC.
Well,
Christian.
I don't know if we can say it's been wonderful, can we? It's been good fun.
It's been great fun.
Yeah.
It's been great fun, and hopefully your selections have helped people put some money in their pockets. But we've found a few winners along the way, which has been good.
That was the idea, so it's good to tick that box.
What's been the highlight? What's been
So
the highlight
far-
over the first month of the Pinnacles?
Apart from my tipping,
Whoa, we've got a big head in the building.
Tricks of the trade. Colin Webster.
Yeah.
Great story, wasn't it?
Yep.
Great story.
dead heat with Amelia's Jewel.
Yeah.
Just the weekend past with Peter Walsh. 2 really good men in the industry. Colin Webster getting his Group 1 and Peter Walsh getting his Group 1.
And if you're going to look at it from a whole point of view, well, you see Pilelli winning with Ben Mellum aboard. You see a wonderful ride from Jamie Carr, D. Oliver, Johnny Allen, all making a splash over here. James McDonald as well.
Yeah, exactly. The world's best jockey
Yeah.
in Perth, riding at Ascot for Godolphin. It doesn't get much better than that.
I think the bottom line is it's been a wonderful, wonderful series. Good luck, Tab Touch Gold Rush Day. Thanks for watching Path to the Pinnacles. If you're going to have a bet, do it responsibly with Tab Touch and fill up those accounts this weekend.
Join Jim Walker and Digby Beecham on the Sports Daily each weekday morning from 5:30.